Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn show, man. Today it's still February, well, March the 17th, but I'm actually recording this for tomorrow's video. Wanted to try to get ahead. If I have the energy, I probably will maybe continue to do these late night videos and drop them a little bit earlier. It really just depends though. I haven't been feeling well. Just a bunch of sinus stuff going on. Head pounding. Been taking a lot of naps, which is why I'm up late night in the first place. I figured I might as well go ahead and drop the video for tomorrow. So let's get into it, man. As far as recap for today, nice little 2-0 night at Denver first quarter, minus the 4.5, and Denver first quarter team total, minus 32.5. I did some deep investigative diving / handicapping and thought that Denver would come out with their heads on fire, and they did. So 2-0 night tonight for myself. I actually was asleep when the games, all the 7 o'clock games started, which is so weird. But yeah, I was croaked out. Wanted to play something, so that's what I sent to the members, and we got paid today. Hopefully you guys were able to find some ways to get money as well. Speaking of money, JaXon has been a little hot lately. Looks like it'll be a 1-1 night tonight. As I record, Philly is losing at halftime 72-40. So the plus 16.5 is not going to be a winner, most likely. But Charlotte minus the 3.5, 4. It really didn't matter what number you got. They absolutely smacked Atlanta. I'm sorry, Houston, Miami in that game tonight. So 1-1 night today, but 2-0 night yesterday. So JaXon has been cashing. Wanted to kind of run back the same prompt. So if you guys have been paying attention to the show, you know what the prompt is. But if you have not, I asked JaXon to give me, let's see what the prompt was specifically. It's a nice collection of things, right? So I asked JaXon to give me, so based on the last 10 game advanced stats per clean the glass, situational spots, injury reports, and trends, what are the top 2 spreads that are incorrectly priced in the NBA market for tomorrow, March the 18th. So the first look is on my Los Angeles Lakers plus the 3.5. It says here that the market has installed the Houston Rockets as a home favorite, but the advanced shooting and efficiency metrics suggest the Lakers are a superior team in this matchup. The Lakers are ranked number 1 in the NBA in effective field goal percentage of 57.4, and number 1 in shooting efficiency at the rim at 73.6. This elite finishing ability allows them to maximize every possession, a critical factor against the Rockets team that relies on defensive pressure. Houston's season-long defensive rating, 112.2, 8th, is impressive, but they have shown significant vulnerabilities recently, sliding to 11th in defensive efficiency over their last 7 outings. Furthermore, Houston struggles with offensive consistency. Amen to that. Ranking 28th in turnover percentage of 16%. If the Lakers maintain their league-leading shooting efficiency, Houston's propensity, big word there, for turnovers will likely give the Lakers enough extra possessions to win this game outright. The primary driver for the mismatch is the catastrophic injury report for the Houston Rockets. Houston is confirmed to be without their primary floor general, Fred VanVleet, as well as Steven Adams, JaXon Tate. Missing VanVleet, their most important playmaker and perimeter defender, creates a massive leadership and execution gap that the Lakers are perfectly equipped to exploit. So it says the Lakers are also entering the contest on a 6-game winning streak, a run that has been powered by a top 5 defensive unit. But LeBron James back in the lineup and quarterback in the defense, the Lakers have successfully integrated a zone look and that has confused multiple high-level offenses recently. Historically, the Lakers have a win differential of plus 5.3, meaning they consistently outperform the expected win total based on point differential. Facing the depleted Rockets backcourt without their starting point guard, the Lakers at plus 3.5 as the strongest value play on the board. I'm also backing the Lakers not to only cover the 3.5, but likely win the game on the money line. Their elite shooting efficiency and Houston's missing playmaking are decisive factors. Next one, Atlanta, minus the 8.5. against the Dallas Mavericks. It says they're currently the hottest team in the NBA, riding a 10-game winning streak. Yet the market is only pricing them as 8.5-point favorites against a Dallas team that is in free fall. Since trading Trae Young, the Hawks have posted the NBA's 10th best net rating. Look at JaXon taking shots at Trae. The new starting lineup featuring Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, CJ McCollum, and Onyeka Okongwu has outscored opponents by a staggering 29.1 points per 100 possessions and 217 shared minutes. Dallas, conversely, has completely embraced a race to the bottom for draft lottery positioning. The Mavericks are 4-11 since the All-Star break, ranking 28th in offensive rating, 108 during that span. They have frequently experimented with centerless lineups that are being outscored by 20 points per 100 possessions. In a high-paced environment, both teams rank top 5 in pace. Atlanta's superior efficiency and cohesive rotations should lead to a blowout. The situational contrast here is starch. Atlanta's fighting for postseason seeding, currently sitting in 8th in the East and having won 12 of their last 16 games. The defense has been locked in, ranking as the 4th stingiest unit in the NBA since the trade deadline, 109.6 points allowed per 100 possessions. They're facing the Mavs squad that's missing Anthony Davis, who was traded at the deadline and is actively managing the minutes of their remaining veterans to improve their 2026 draft odds. So that's actually a lot. I'm not reading all this, but it's actually a little bit more as well. So top looks on the board, one favorite, one dog. Atlanta minus the points. My Lakers plus the 3.5 is what JaXon likes. Be sure to check the link out in the description if you guys are interested. Let's jump into it. So I'm gonna try to go faster today because I feel like I'm already off to a slow start. This says 316. I should probably update that. It shouldn't say 316. It should say 318. And these are the current lines for tonight's game. So let's jump into it. So first up, we will start with, let me get to my notes. We'll start with Golden State Boston. So looking through this one, injury report looks let me just double check it real quick. I didn't see anything here. I just want to double check. Outside the norm. Yeah, so Moses Moody is out. No Steph, no Seth. Al Horford is out. No Jimmy, of course. It does look like Quentin Post, who missed the last game, is questionable. Gary Payton is probable. LJ Cryer is also questionable. On the Boston side of things, they'll be at full strength outside of Nikola Vucevic, who is out. So you do have a 3rd and 4th and 6th for the Warriors. Thursday road game for them. They got a game in Detroit on Friday. They are 7-3 to the over in their last 10 games. They've been scrappy as road dogs. One thing I was looking at, because I didn't want to blindly fade them, they're 9-6 against the number if they're getting points as a road dog. 3 straight covers in this spot as road dogs as well. 10-1 to the under in their last 10 games as road dogs as well. So for whatever reason, we saw the Warriors, play against the Knicks. They held them, in check and was able to cover that game. The other one that comes to mind is OKC. Held them in check. They were able to cover that game, and we were on both unders in both of those games. On the other side of things, Boston, 3rd straight home game for them, but they have had back-to-back non-covers, but wins. They beat the Wizards. They beat the Phoenix Suns. A day off before playing against Memphis, so no real look-ahead spot. They're 7-3 to the under, conversely, going exactly opposite of the way that Golden State's been playing. Boston has been good in a lot of roles this season when I was looking at their ATS numbers, but as a home favorite, not really one of them. 13-15 against the number as a home favorite, the Celtics are. And I didn't write this down. You guys can check out TheMoneyBaller if you're interested in looking at all these different, systems and queries. But the Celtics at home, when they're laying double digits this season, are 8-5 to the number and 10-3 to the under, giving up 102 points per game. The last looks like 5 times they've been a double-digit home favorite. They've only given up 110 one time, and that came against the Nets, and that was also the game they scored 148. So wasn't really playing too much defense in that game. So based on this and based on the way that the Warriors play, I guess to look towards the under. I kind of feel like Golden State struggles defensively in this spot, but I think I kind of think that Boston can get hot because initially that's what I wrote down, Boston team total over. But the more I look into it, the Celtics being 10-3 to the under as home favorite, double-digit home favorites this season. They held the Wizards to 100 points, the Mavs to 100 points. They held the Nets to 111, the Bulls to 105, the Bucks to 79, the Kings to 93, the Pacers to 104. So, I could keep going on. So I guess a Golden State team total under, maybe just a full game under, I know it'll be a little scary because Boston just went over against Phoenix in that last game. But both of these teams, when I was looking at pace numbers, playing pretty slow for their respective rosters. We know Boston's one of the slower pace teams in the NBA. So I think I will write down, just kind of talking it out. I think I will write down Golden State Boston under. Looks like 215. Total is going up. And then maybe a Golden State team total under as well. Thinking that they really struggle to score the basketball in this spot, being shorthanded. All right, let's go next game. We got OKC in Brooklyn. Line open 18. It's up to, looks like 19 and a half now. Just double check that. OKC, of course, can add people to the injury report late. Total is moving up. Open 214 and a half. It's up to 215 now. So MPJ is listed as questionable on the Brooklyn side of things. They do have double in-season revenge. And OKC, of course, playing second leg of back-to-back, 3rd and 4 as well. So OKC, of course, not been covering. We talked about it. Another game where they didn't cover. They had 2 days off before playing at Orlando tonight, or on Tuesday, depending on when you're watching this video. But they've been struggling to cover. Just 2-7 against the number. They covered the Sunday game against Minnesota, but have not covered since then. Don't really want anything to do with Brooklyn, though. Even if they get MPJ back, maybe the number comes down, I would still be taking OKC. I think Brooklyn is the worst team of all the teams in the NBA that are tanking right now. Like, they just don't have a roster, especially if Michael Porter Jr. is not going to play. Just because he's been upgraded don't mean he's not going to play. But could they bring him back because they know they're going to lose this game regardless? They could. We'll see. Not a game I spent too much time on. Initially, I wrote down OKC team total over just because Brooklyn has like a defensive rating of like 125. I feel like OKC's offense has been struggling. They have been playing against some solid defensive teams, but I couldn't get there with anything in this game. OKC actually surprised me with not being able to score the basketball in Orlando tonight. I thought that they would be able to run it up against Orlando. Orlando hadn't been playing a lot of defense at all, and OKC still struggled to score the basketball. So Brooklyn is a totally different beast, though. They are trash. Like, this team is not good at all. So I won't really have a look on this game. I will skip and go to the next, which is Portland and Indiana. So Portland, 3rd and 4, 4th and 6 for them, coming off the win against Brooklyn. And then you got the Pacers. Not too much to say about the Pacers. The Pacers are 1-9 against the number in their last 10. Let me just look at a couple of. I didn't have any systems active on this game, but let me just go in and make sure really quickly. Let's see. Can I find Indiana? They so trash. I don't even know where they put them at. Let's see. All right. So Portland, not really the greatest at covering on the road. As road favorites, they are just looks like they're 8-8, so about 50%. The Indiana Pacers' home dogs are 15-12, so they have been covering the number, but this is not the greatest spot for Indiana. They are playing, let's see, second leg of back-to-back, 3rd and 4, 4th and 6, and 5th and 7. So terrible spot for the Pacers here. They only 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 games. I was trying to find a Portland team total over. I think that's the way you play it. Just play Portland team total over. The Pacers, god-awful defensively. One of the worst defensive teams I've seen in a really long time. They're played against the second easiest strength of schedule in their last 10 games. And I'm sorry, hold on. This is Portland. Portland's played against the second easiest strength of schedule, so their offense should look even better. And on the Indiana side of things, they have played against the 8th easiest strength of schedule, but they are 29th in offensive rating and 25th in defensive rating. So didn't cover the game against the Knicks tonight. Portland has won the last 2. They covered the last 5. Only one that they were a favorite was earlier this season, and they blew the Indiana team out as well. So I wrote down Portland team total over. The other thing with this game is Indiana has they had 9 players on the injury report for tonight's game. Nembhard didn't play, Siakam didn't play, everyone else did. So my guess is that a few of those players get added to the injury report and don't play on the second leg of a back-to-back, especially with it being 5th and 7. And who knows? Nembhard might play, probably won't play. Siakam probably won't play either. Regardless, Indiana's defense is trash. The Pacers, the Portland Trailblazers team total over, or Portland minus the 10. I think they also win the game by double digits. Would be the ways that I would play. The team total specifically, though, is what I like the most, and it wasn't available. So Do some quick math. It's not available right now, but I do think that that's the way to get paid in this game. Next up, Utah and Minnesota. So 233, 10.5 is the spread. Looks like it's moving up to 11.5 now. So Utah does have Ace Bailey listed as questionable. Isaiah Collier's off the report. Anthony Edwards is out from Minnesota. Naz Reid went down with an ankle injury tonight against the Phoenix Suns, but he did come back. I think they probably rest him. Like, you don't need Naz Reid to beat the Utah Jazz, I wouldn't think. But Utah, they do have 2 days of rest before this game. 3 straight losses, third straight road game for them. I think they're 5-5 against the number in their last 10, and this is the first leg of a back-to-back. They got the Bucks tomorrow back in Utah. On the Minnesota side of things, second game back home off the 4-game road trip. This is second of back-to-back, of course, third and fourth and fourth and sixth. They're coming off a big win against Phoenix last night in a double revenge spot. I think Utah, if I had to play it, I'll be taking the points with Utah in this spot. Luckily, I don't have to. Utah is that trash, but I do think that the books are just kind of inflating the line so big for Utah. I don't like Minnesota laying double digits without Anthony Edwards, especially coming off the big game against Phoenix. Remember, Phoenix had beat them twice already this season, so I think they took that game serious and used a lot of energy in that game. Caught Phoenix in the game of a 5-game road trip. So I think Utah is the right side in this game. I also think the game goes under. Utah's actually covered 2 of the 3 spreads this season. 2 went over, 1 went under. This total's a tad bit too high. I feel like Utah's offense is not that great. I know Minnesota's offense is kind of Jekyll and Hyde. They can be really good at times. They can be really bad at times. But I think the total's too high. Maybe Minnesota is ugly. Hold your nose. Minnesota team total under 124.5. I feel like that number is a little too high. They can win this game with their defense and still win the game. Utah not going to play too much defense at all, but I think the total is a tad bit too high. So under 234.5, I think is the best number to play. I like that. That's what I'll bet in this game. Real quick, do me a favor, hit the like button if you can. Helps out the algorithm, helps out the show. And let's keep going, man. I'm pushing through. All right, let's keep going. So we got Clippers and the Pelicans up next. This is a great game to watch. I think if we get more clarity on the injury report, I may be interested in betting it, but there's a couple of different things that throws me off. So one is the injury report. So Benedict Mather for sure is out, but then Darius Garland and Kawhi are both listed as questionable. Garland played in the last game. Kawhi did not, and they lost that game to the Spurs. DeJounte is also listed as questionable. So some big question marks in the game, a lot of impact players. The other thing is that it's a rematch tomorrow in New Orleans. So not sure what's going to happen with this one. And then, maybe that leads us to play in the next one. But the Clippers have been good on the road. They're 19-15 against the spread on the road, 7-3 in the last 10. And then they're getting points again. They've been good at this spot as a dog. 3 straight unders for the Clippers. First road game after 5 straight home games. They're 4-6. This is 4th game in 6 nights for them, but Kawhi didn't play in the last one, of course. And the Pelicans have been solid at home as well. They're 22-13 against the number, 8-2 in their last 10 ATS. They've won 3 in a row, won 3 of their last 4, covered 5 straight. So both teams kind of playing really, really good. The Clippers have won 3 straight against the Pels both this season. So you can say the Pels got double revenge. Both have gone over the total, but those totals were 222.5 and 223.5. So this, to me, this is all depending on the injury report. Need to know if the Clippers guys are going to play. If they do play, I do think the Clippers are the better team. It'd be Clippers and nothing for me in this spot. If I was going to play, I think they can go in here, potentially win this game outright. But if you're going to give me points, then I'll take them. I think the Clippers can win this game. But check the status of DeJounte Murray, check the status of Kawhi, check the status of Garland, all that, of course. But it would be Clippers for me. Clippers plus the 2 in that game. Next one is Toronto and Chicago. Didn't see much on the injury report here. Let me just double check it really quickly. So it looks like Toronto just has Trace Jackson Davis listed as out, and then Colin Murray Willis listed as doubtful. The Chicago Bulls have Anthony Simons out, no Jaden Ivey, and Isaac Okoro is doubtful. Colin Sexton is questionable. I think he missed the last game, and I think that's it. So the way I kind of see this game, this is a very tricky game in my opinion. So Toronto has been good on the road. They're 18-14 against the number on the road. Back-to-back wins against Phoenix and Detroit. Back-to-back overs. This starts at least a 4-game Western Conference road trip for them. So Toronto's been playing pretty good basketball lately. Chicago, First leg of a back-to-back, they got the Cleveland Cavaliers coming to town tomorrow. They did beat Memphis by 25 in their first game back home off their 5-game West Coast trip. And Chicago has double revenge in this spot. Toronto covered and won both by 16 and 9. So I kind of feel like this is a sneaky look to the under. I know Toronto's offense has been playing good. I think they've gotten to like 119 in back-to-back games against pretty good defenses against Phoenix and Detroit. But they were getting Phoenix on the second leg of a back-to-back. And they just dominated Detroit as well. So on the glass specifically. So I'm not sure what we get from Toronto. Toronto's been kind of one of those Jekyll and Hyde teams where you want to trust them. 8 is a big number to lay. I do think Chicago. I don't think Chicago's that good. I think they just caught Memphis slipping, and Memphis also is not good at all. So when I was looking into the game, as far as the total goes, the Raptors offense has been playing pretty well, like I said, in their last few games. But as road favorites this season with a total that's greater than 230, this is where you can't trust them. They failed to score 120 in 3 straight, and that's what you would need them to get to. Their team total is 119.5. So under in 3 straight games with a total that's greater than 230 when they're the favorite on the road. The other thing with the Bulls is home dogs with a total that's below 233. Their offense struggles, so they're 5-0 to the under. And they only average 106 points in that spot and give up like 116, I think it was. So the Bulls' offense struggles when they're playing at home as a dog with a low total. So I think Toronto should be able to win the game with their defense here. They got Scotty Barnes, they got Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett out there. Jakob Poeltl's back now, so they should be able to dominate the glass in this spot. I kind of think that they can cover the number as well. So it'd be Toronto minus the points or under in this game. I think Chicago's offense comes back down to earth after scoring 125 points against Memphis, 131 points, I think, against Memphis in that last game as well. So my thought process, Toronto minus the points and under in that game would be the ways that I would want to play. Let's see, what else? 233 just seemed a tad bit too high. All right, what else we got? We got Atlanta and Dallas up next. So Atlanta and Dallas. All right, so line 8.5 total. Looks like this got steamed up. I didn't see the opener at 231.5, but looks like it went up to 237.5. You do have Gafford listed as questionable on the Dallas side of things. Let me just double check some more stuff. So Atlanta's going to be pretty healthy. Daniel Gafford, Caleb Martin. Those are the 2 big pieces. Brandon Williams is listed as doubtful. So for the Mavs, they've been playing a ton of games. Team totals continue to cash under. I missed both of those, or at least 2 of the 3. I think I missed. Yeah, because they crushed the Cavs in the second leg of the back-to-back. But anyway, you got an Atlanta team that's the hottest team in the NBA, like JaXon said. JaXon likes Atlanta minus the points. They're 19 and 14 against the spread on the road, so they've been good in this role. 9-1 ATS in their last 10. 1 day off after this game before playing in Houston. And then on the opposite side, Dallas, first game home off a 2-game road trip. They've actually played 8 of their last 10 on the road as well. They finally get some rest after this game because they don't play again until Saturday. They got the Clippers coming to town. So Atlanta just beat Dallas. They beat them 124 to 112 as 10-point favorites at home. That game went under the 240.5, and this was exactly 8 days ago. So I kind of think Atlanta can win this game with their defense as well. When I know both of these teams play extremely fast, which is why this total got bet up. But Atlanta's defense has been playing really good, and I was poking holes in their strength of schedule because it's been the easiest in the last 5 games, last 10 games. However, Dallas offense is not great. They're a team that they're one of the worst shooting teams in the NBA. Let me just give you guys those numbers. Like, they're not a good offensive team by any stretch of their imagination. So if Atlanta slows the game down, they're gonna struggle. Dallas is a 4th worst offensive rated team, 110.8 offensive rating. They shoot a lot of shots at the rim, of course, 9th in rim frequency, and Atlanta can be vulnerable at giving up points at the rim. But even if I just look at Dallas' last 10 games, same thing, like 109.1 offensive rating. 5th game in 7 night spots. I kind of think that their offense is going to struggle in this spot. Atlanta's 3rd in defensive rating. I don't see Dallas as a team that's going to be able to come out here and score a bunch of points. Dallas is also, when I think about teams having to score a bunch of points, I think about Dallas having to, make some shots. They're the third worst 3-point shooting team, 31.7%. Last 5 games, 32.6%. So it hasn't moved up a lot. 26th in 3-point frequency, 18th in accuracy. So they're not shooting a ton of threes. Atlanta's pretty good at transition defense as well. So if Atlanta comes out, plays the way that they should, then I do think Dallas should struggle to score the basketball. It's ugly. It's ugly. I get it. But I think this one could go under as well. Dallas, for whatever reason, plays a little bit better defense at home than they do on the road. So I think I would lean towards Dallas team total under. You can get 115.5 right now at the time of this recording on DraftKings. Under 115.5 would be my recommendation in this game. I don't know if Atlanta need to get to 124 either. So we shall see. But that's the way that I would play this one. Next up, Lakers and Houston. And I meant to make this Denver and Memphis one because I don't think I'm going to touch that one right now. I meant to make that red because that's the one game I probably won't go through. All right, so Lakers and Houston. Sengun is off the report. So he missed the game, of course, on Monday when these two teams played. Lakers were getting 2.5, same exact number. And had a nice little lead at halftime. And then, couldn't score the basketball in the fourth quarter. This is the Houston offense, man. This is what we've been talking about all season. The Lakers don't have anybody on the report. I think they should be fully healthy. And the Lakers have been playing much better basketball. Like, this is one where, actually, I'll show you guys, but just go through my notes real quick. So, Lakers have been better on the road than they've been at home, 18-15 against the number. They're 9-1 ATS in their last 10. Winners of 6 in a row. 6 straight covers as well. It is the first leg of a back-to-back. They got a game in Miami tomorrow. That'll be a tough game. Traveling from Houston to off back-to-back Houston games where Houston kind of beats you up and, is super physical with you. And then you got a Miami team that's, coming off back-to-back losses now. We'll see if Bam comes back, but the Lakers, I think they might struggle in that game. I think they could beat Houston again. Houston is 12-20 against the spread at home, just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games. That's 3 straight non-covers. They're only 4-4, about 50-50 in their last 8 games, and this is their 3rd straight home game. They'll actually be at home again because they got Atlanta on deck, like I talked about in the next game. So season series is now split 1-1. Lakers, of course, won that game on Monday night. Both have stayed under the total of 231.5 and 223.5. I told you guys I liked the under yesterday. I did not bet it. I didn't think that the fourth quarter would be that abysmal shooting. I watched it twice, and I think it was like 6 shots made between both teams. It was really bad. Even if the shooting gets better, I still just don't trust Houston. I had some systems on the under again. So previous game went under, and you got a home favorite within 3 days, and it's a regular season game, and the total opens up lower. That's 59% to the under trend in this spot. But I want to take you guys over to TheMoneyBaller really quickly. And there's a link if you guys are interested in checking out MoneyBaller in the description, as there always is. They've upgraded the site, and it is absolutely amazing, man. This stuff is crazy what you can do here now. So first, we look at the injury report. We can see that just Maxi Kleber's out for the Lakers. And then on the other side of things, Steven Adams, JaXon Tate, and Fred VanVleet. So revenge in season for Houston. Elite defensive battles. It looks like this is on the under. 54% last 365 days. 53.7% last 5 years. This season, 60.7%. So active trend on the under. Neither one of these teams are great shooting teams, right? If we just go down here, we even want to see the schedules. I talked about that spot already. If we look at the post All-Star break, right? So you can see that the Lakers have played, 14 games, and the Rockets have played 14 games. So both teams are 10-4 straight up. Rockets are 5-1 ATS, 5-1 as a home favorite. But we start going here, and we start looking at these. They have these new baller metrics right here, right? So you can see that it says this uses the opponent adjusted efficiency ratings. Raw offensive and defensive ratings are adjusted based on the previous opponent's strength, their opponent before them, and so on. So you get a team quality, you get a schedule difficulty, these are all like super important things, right? Kind of takes out the bias. So you can see that the Lakers have played the more difficult schedule, 12, whereas the Rockets have played the 20th. But the Lakers have the better offensive rating, 120, which is 9. The Rockets have a 115, which is 19th. The Lakers are the better defensive team, 112.8 to 114.8. And then the adjusted net rating. The Lakers are plus 7.1, whereas the Rockets are just a 0.2. And both teams are playing pretty slow, which adds to that under trend, right? 97 possessions per 97 possessions per 100 possessions, and then 94.6, right? And we know the Rockets they're just a terrible offensive team. You can see that they're 11-3 to the under in the first half. The Lakers are also 12-2 to the under in the first half. So lots of ways I think you can get paid in this game. And these are all just post All-Star break, of course. Yeah, I think the Lakers can go out here and get another one, man. I really, really do. I know the Rockets will be fired up. They should be motivated off that loss. I like under, and I like the Los Angeles Lakers. Don't think I'll get off the train. I think, in my personal opinion, I think with equal rest now, I think the Lakers are in a better spot than they were in the last game. Like, I thought the Lakers could win the last one on Monday. The reason I didn't bet it is because they were coming off the overtime game against Denver. Thought they were might have been a little complacent. I mean, you had Braun diving on the floor for balls, full extension, like diving on the floor. I was like, man, he's going to be tired. He's going to be sore. He came out, still had 18, 5 and 5 in that last game. Luka had 36. Like, I don't think they got no answer for Luka. Austin Reeves and, Marcus Smart didn't shoot the ball well. And I don't expect too much offensive regression from the Houston side of the ball. So that's my thought process on the game. Yes, Houston should be motivated at home off the loss. Yes, Kevin Durant probably could have made a couple of those shots. But Jabari Smith Jr. had a pretty good game. And outside of him and the little point guard, I never can remember his name. They just don't have a ton of offense. So we'll see what happens. I like under, and I'll be on the Lakers, in my opinion. Denver and Memphis, I'm not going to cap that one just because it is second leg of back-to-back for Denver. We'll see. It's too early to talk about that game. We'll see if they rest anybody. Memphis, I did write in my notes. Let's see what I got for you in my notes real quick. So Gigi Jackson and Ty Jerome are off the report, probably an over. Looks like, 240 and a half. It's already up to 241 and a half I see already as well. I think Denver will run. They'll push pace. The Memphis Grizzlies don't have a ton of bigs, so Denver should be able to score. Not sure how much they'll be engaged defensively in that spot. It'll be second leg of back-to-back, of course. But they did have 2 days of rest before playing tonight. And they are 23-14 against the number on the road. Real quick, let me just look at Denver unrested on the road as a favorite. So Nuggets, probably not a covering spot. 2-2 against the number. They win by an average of 8. But guess what? All 4 I'm going over the total. Average total 234.5, and average totals are getting to 250. So, they went over by most recently against the Jazz. Total was 242.5, and it finished 253. Yeah, 253. They went over 236.5 against the Mavs, went over by 24.5 points. Same thing with the Suns and the Clippers, 2 slow-paced teams as well. So Ty Jerome off the report, Gigi Jackson off the report. I think you can get paid with Denver and Memphis over tomorrow. Memphis hasn't been good at home, and just 13-18 against the number. There's their first game home after a 2-game road trip. 4 of their last 5 have actually been played on the road. So we'll see. Denver's actually been able to score in both matchups as well, 122 and 125 in their first 2 matchups. And I would argue that Memphis has gotten worse. Because they lack rim protection, I think Jokic should be able to eat and Denver should be able to score. So all my thoughts for the games, man, all of them. You guys got all of them. Real quick, let's just recap real quick. I'll recap here on the resources page. So going back to the top, Boston and Golden State. I think Boston blows Golden State out. I actually do. Didn't bet the game. But under, because I think Golden State's going to really struggle to score the basketball tomorrow. So Golden State team total under, Boston minus the points. What I'll be looking at in that first one. OKC Brooklyn. I don't think Brooklyn going to get to 90 points, honestly, even on the second leg of back-to-back. But not betting the game. Portland, Indiana, Portland minus the 10, and Portland team total over in that spot is what I will be betting there. Utah, Minnesota. I did actually bet under 234.5. We'll see if the total goes up. but I think that's a prime under spot for tomorrow. Clippers in New Orleans. I like the Clippers, but we need to wait on the injury report in that one. Toronto, Chicago. I like Toronto minus the 7.5. I like that game under the 233. Denver, Memphis over 241. Just talked about that. Atlanta and Dallas. I kind of think that game goes under. Broke down the Dallas team total under 115.5. Lakers and Houston. Another game probably goes under, and Lakers plus the points. All right, resources. I just showed you guys JaXon. I talked to you guys, told you what JaXon wanted. Didn't use Outlier because I didn't look at any player props. I'm not sure if any are actually available yet. TheMoneyBaller, just kind of talked to you guys about the new stuff over there. They actually got a player prop section as well with an edge percentage that's actually really, really dope. So check that out. Link is in the description, and then OddsJam for all your sports betting. I use the screen page so I can get the best of the line when I make my bets, man. Best of luck on your action, whatever it is that you guys are betting. It's a big slate, beautiful slate. Hit the like button one time for the one time, like my guy J Money says on the way out. Appreciate you all for tapping in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.